So while we were all waking up this morning getting ready to do God knows what we do in our lives, Apple came out and, as predicted, released the MacBook Pro and a couple of other things you should know about. So, let's talk about it. What is up, everybody? Michael here, welcome back to Technoid, and yes guys, Apple unveiled the MacBook Pro 16-inch. Now, obviously I knew this was going to happen because a press event, they tend to do this stuff. Ignore the background noises, but guys, that is exactly what happened. We saw the MacBook Pro become released, and a couple of other things were also announced at the press briefing. Not just the MacBook Pro, but the Mac Pro and their ridiculously expensive Pro display with that ridiculous stand. But anyway, let's get into it. So first up, the big story, MacBook Pro. It is now a 16-inch. It is a little thicker in the chassis. So they are claiming that this new thick design will help increase airflow, help for much better cooling, a much better heat sink. I looked at the internals from their website and it doesn't look compelling still. So I don't know, maybe by increasing the thickness, maybe it'll help with the flow of air, it'll help to push out air and take in more, so who knows. But the upgraded in the thickness is helping with cooling, has more 35% more better cooling, whatever it said on the website. On top of that, the chassis is a lot more durable, so not only is it increased in thickness, but it adds a little more weight. So to all you idiots out there that go, oh, it's too heavy, 4 pounds is too much, I can't take it. Shut the fuck up. Like, seriously, just shut up. Like, y'all complain that it can't cool the damn thing down, but when it's that thin, so when they make it a little bigger, you're gonna go, oh, it's too big. Like, relax, just relax. So, on top of the thicker chassis, the Retina display is kind of similar to the Pro display, not exactly, but same brightness, much better, and this is like P3 500 nits. Yeah, I looked at the tech specs just a little bit. But that's not the main thing. Well, let's talk about keyboards. So everybody was afraid when the rumors and everything were coming out with the images showing that this keyboard looked like it was the butterfly key. Well, as you know, it is not. It is a Magic Keyboard. Not even joking. The Magic Keyboard that Apple sells is the keyboard that is in the MacBook Pro. Now, it's not exactly it, but it's a similar style. And that is perfect. It's a scissor mechanism, nice and thin, it's easier to type on. I will see how it feels. And honestly, that's better because the butterfly keys, no matter what you did, they were always breaking. So, to all you Apple employees and all you Apple people, you better come up with a new excuse why they decided to do that, because you can't defend the butterfly key anymore. Now you got the scissor on the 16-inch. They're going to be doing that to all the other ones. I'm going to be like Tony Ferguson when he tried to call out Conor McGregor. So when I show up in that store, I'm Tony Ferguson.
Where you at, McNuggets, you piece of shit? I'm going to kick your ass!
But that's not all. Final thing is also an upgrade in RAM. You can now upgrade it to 64 gigabytes. Its starting configuration is 16 gigs, which is generally okay if you're not really a big Pro user, but this is more for pros. On top of that, you get an 8 terabyte extension, you get 512 starting, it could be 6 to 8 cores, and the starting price is $23.99 with the 8 core $27.99. And on top of that, let's talk speakers. I forgot to mention, it has studio grade microphone, which it claims to have, and also it has a stereo setup that is so advanced for a laptop, in my opinion. That's pretty cool. But overall, I'm not really too crazy about it because look, I already have a MacBook Pro and it does me just fine. I don't need to go out and buy it. And honestly, I don't even use my MacBook as a laptop anymore. I use it more as a desktop, if anything. I should probably have just gotten an iMac or a Mac Mini. But the MacBook Pro, this is probably the one where it needed the most update for the Pro users. And the fact that it's gotten a little thicker chassis for better air support, and that we got a new keyboard, better display, and overall just a nice refresh for this thing. I hope that it finally solves the problems that everybody was looking for, making it a Pro computer, and I hope it gets the job done for everybody. I hope everybody just stops typing away in the keyboard section. Oh, this thing sucks and this. Like, just, I hope that this solves an issue. I hope. And on top of that, that's not all they talked about. The Mac Pro will start to roll out in December, so you can place your orders in and they will ship in December for the holiday season. Now, I know for a fact not many people are going to buy that. That is really for truly professional users. So average consumers don't even jump at that. And then you got your Pro display, which will also ship along with the Mac Pro and that ridiculous $1,000 stand. I still can't believe they did that. But that is it for Apple's story. And that's really what happened today is at today's event. Overall, I think the event, well, it wasn't even an event. I think these are unveilings. It just shows that you really don't need to be surprised. You don't even need to expect anything. Apple's just going to do it. And honestly, it's cool. So that's story number one. Story number two, something I really think you guys should be taking aware of, because I think this is pretty bad. And it's pretty bad. And I normally talk about security, and I talk about Facebook and Google. Well, it's gotten worse. So we're going to start off with Facebook. They have been using iPhone cameras. If you're an iPhone user, they have been using the front camera every time you swipe up and look at their polls. Now that is super creepy. They are not only able to see what you're doing, but they're seeing what you're scrolling on. And I don't understand how people can literally still use Facebook after this. How can you use Facebook if they're literally stalking you? At this point, it ain't even an invasion. It's literally it's full-on stalking. It's unbelievable. And the last story up, involving security, is Google. Google has been taking millions of data's users for health. In some ways, they've been buying data and they're using it to study with. Now, at first I was like, okay, why are they taking people's data? But then the more I thought about it, I was like, maybe they're trying to use that as a format to kind of help with their smartwatch. But still, that is a security threat on a whole other level. I don't understand how people could be okay with that. And it only makes you think that this world you're really not private anymore. And it's scary. The fact that Facebook and Google are the two biggest companies that are known for looking at people's data, and people will still continue to defend it, it still amazes me, and I don't understand. I've been off Facebook for 5 years, and I haven't gone back to it, so I don't look anytime soon to go back to it. And that's really it. So I hope you guys take aware of what they're doing, and I hope you can be a little more knowledgeable in this, because you guys need to be made aware of this stuff. And I think data and security is the most important thing. And that's it for today's episode of Technoid. So guys, Apple unveiled the MacBook Pro, the Mac Pro in display, talking about when they're going to ship. We've seen all this stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think that Apple has finally addressed the issue with the Pro lineup? Do you think that this will solve anything? Let me hear your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. And let me know about the security issues with Facebook and Google. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching, and peace!